Does your wardrobe suck? If you're starting out in men's fashion, you probably have no idea what pieces you need, what colors, or even where to shop. Today, I am going over all of that. Now look, everybody has different preferences and likes different things. So this is generally going to be my favorites. So here's everything I'd buy if I was starting my wardrobe from scratch. Now to give you the best example of this, I'm doing it right here on my clothing rack, starting from nothing. Now that this is cleaned out, we're ready to start our wardrobe completely from scratch. Now let's start off with some pants because I think pants are very overlooked, and what most people typically do is have one pair of slim black jeans and that's it. So of course, to start off, you need a pair of slim black jeans. So these are going to be from Abercrombie. They are the perfect fit. They are called the slim athletic jeans. You'll definitely be hearing about that in an upcoming video. That's a hint, by the way. Next thing that's equally as important is just some casual pants. Now I like these in a more relaxed, a more baggier fit. So for me, when I think of a relaxed pair of jeans, I always think of it in a light wash colorway. So this is exactly what we're going to be throwing up, and these are from Hollister. And finally, you need some smart pants. What does this mean? When you want to dress a little bit more dapper, a little better than everybody else, you need some pants to go along with that, because slim black jeans are not going to be enough despite every single teen thinking that it is. So for me, I've been loving these wool pants from Zara. They're in the navy colorway, so they're dark. When it comes to smart pants, I prefer darker colors. Just makes it look a little bit more elevated. So let's throw that up. And just to start off with, these are the only 3 pants that you need. Now let's talk about some shirts. Let's get the boring ones out the way. You need some neutral color t-shirts. Now again, just to start off with, let's go with the 2 most versatile colors, black and white. Now I like these in the slim fit. So this black shirt, I got this one from Rule of Threads. Gonna be a great option, but realistically, you could find these anywhere. And then of course, in the color white, keeping it slim fit, this one is gonna be from Cuts. Again, not a bad option. Whoops. The reason why I say black and white is because no matter which one of these shirts I wear, no matter what pants I wear, they're going to look good. All right, now let's step it up with my personal favorite type of shirt, and that is going to be an elevated shirt. Now what I like about these are completely versatile. I still wear these very casually, but if I'm in a setting where I want to dress better, or I want to pair it with this pair of smart pants, these slim shirts are going to be the best bet. The most essential one is going to be a button down. This is a linen one from Hollister. It's still a little bit warm outside, so linen's a good option. My most recent pickup is going to be a long sleeve polo, which is going to be one of my favorite shirts entering the fall. This one is from Zara. It's in the color brown. This one will work perfectly. And then another one of my personal favorites is this sweater polo. This one is from Abercrombie. Although it's short sleeve, it's still pretty thick, so I'm still going to be wearing it a lot in the fall. Honestly, more often than not in my wardrobe, I notice I have a lot more shirts compared to pants. 5 pairs of shirts compared to 3 pairs of pants is a really good ratio in my opinion. But of course, you need some shoes, and the most versatile ones are going to be some white leather sneakers. Now look, if you're on the younger side, you could take the option of what everybody else is going to be wearing, things like Air Force Ones, or you can get something a little bit more dressed up. These from Oliver Cabell are one of my favorite options that I will never get tired of. There's no chance I'm trying to put that up there. And equally, on the opposite side of things, you need some casual pair of shoes. Now this one's up to you. If you want to go the color white, I personally would. I typically always get white shoes, or if you want to switch things up, you could definitely do that as well. Let's go with an affordable option, which is going to be Adidas Gazelles in the color gray, again to switch it up. But whatever you choose, as long as it's your personal preference and you think will go with anything in your wardrobe, and whatever you choose should be a good option. Now for me personally, this is good just to start off with, right? Especially if you're on a budget. Getting all these things that I mentioned shouldn't really cost an insane amount of money, but now you can start getting the things that you actually like to wear more than anything else. Now this comes into different categories that I'm going to be talking about: seasonal clothes and trendy pieces. Let's talk about seasonal first. At the time that I'm recording this, we are entering the fall, which means for right now, you shouldn't care about pieces for the summer. You shouldn't care about pieces for the spring. All you should be caring about is pieces that are going to keep you warm and look good in the fall. And my personal favorites are going to be sweaters. And the perfect sweaters for that are going to be pieces like this hoodie. It's an oversized fit. Going to be one of my favorite hoodies. Again, it's a recent pickup. You will be hearing about this soon. Now, I just chose the forest green colorway, but again, it's entirely up to you. You can keep things as versatile as possible by getting colors like black. However, let's be real, black hoodie is not going to make you stand out opposed to how this forest green would. Now, another very essential one is going to be a crew neck sweatshirt. Keeping things into the earth tones. This one is in the brown colorway. Oversized fit, can't go wrong with it. Now something I'm very known for, especially in the fall, is going to be some quarter zips. So of course I have to have at least one in my new wardrobe, and this is one of my more recent pickups, and I'm really excited to wear this one in the fall, so it's definitely making the list. And I'm not going to be adding any pants because, let's be real, any type of pants will work good for the fall. Now let's talk about some trendy pieces, because honestly, although these aren't as essential as everything else on here, it's still something worth picking up because it's going to spice up your wardrobe and make you stand out if you follow them correct. Because if you follow a trend just to follow it, then you're doing it wrong. Use trends to find new pieces that you never really worn before, experiment with it, and that way you find new pieces that you like that you would have really never worn in the first place. And a quick example of that would be something like some cargo pants. Again, these are from Hollister. Very affordable and definitely a great pickup. Also, some graphic tees That's exactly what I'm wearing right now. Again, not as essential as everything else, but still makes a pretty good option. And now let's talk about some color, because if you notice, all these colors are nothing too out there, and I definitely did that on purpose. For one, like I said, we're entering the fall, so earth tones are going to be some of my favorites. And two, all these colors are very versatile. They're not very hard to match, and the reason for that is because they're not flat colors. Instead, they're mostly tones. So instead of having a flat green, it's a darker tone that still works good with blacks, whites, or even these light wash pair of jeans. Now look, when it comes to colors, experiment with this, right? Because you never really know what you're going to wear, and it would have been just as easy to keep everything the color black, which is a style mistake that you need to avoid. That's something I did a lot when I was younger, was buying nothing but black clothes. Let me tell you, it gets pretty boring very quickly. And now let's talk about where to shop. So my favorite brands when I was starting out are mostly mall brands. That's because they're very accessible, and chances are you can go to the store and find all the pieces that you need right now. So places like Abercrombie, Hollister, Paxson, Uniqlo, H&M, and also places like Zara. These are all places that you can go to, try on the clothes, and find out what you like and what fits you the best. Always try a variety of different things. I love places that are a little bit more uncommon. So places like Ours Collection, they sell a great hoodie. Most people don't check out is Ralph Lauren, and that's because it's a little bit pricey, but let me tell you, some of my favorite quality pieces in my collection. And there you can pick up some good button-down t-shirts or even some good pants. Now, if you're thinking, I already have one pair of pants, I already have one button-down t-shirt, that brings me on to my next point. Find out what you typically gravitate the most of. So yes, you already have one hoodie, and I know your parents are probably saying, you have one hoodie, why do you need more? Let me tell you this, if you're already liking this hoodie, you're gonna get tired of the color. It's cool to have 2 or 3 pieces in different colors, so that way you're still staying comfortable, but you're still switching things up at the same time. And of course from different brands, because they all switch things up a little bit differently. Or again, let's talk about this quarter zip. Now, as somebody who's very known to mostly wear quarter zips in the fall, I have plenty of different quarter zips. And since I know I like quarter zips a lot, adding a few more will definitely help me switch things up while still sticking to the things that I like the most. And then back to shoes. You already have 2 essential pairs of shoes. Why not go for 3 or even 4 if you can? Now this one's entirely up to you, because you can get another pair of white shoes. For example, these Puma Slipstreams that are a collab with Ami Paris. They're still a white shoe, but they're completely different from the Oliver Cabells that I mentioned earlier. Or completely switching things up from the previous ones that I mentioned. Why not a pair of boots? These from Doc Martens will help you stand out, and it's something not a lot of younger guys are wearing. Pretty much what I'm trying to get at is get your essentials down first and experiment with things to try to find your personal style, see what you like the most, and move on from there. That's exactly how I built my entire wardrobe. That's exactly the strategy I use to buy new clothes coming onto new seasons or whenever I feel like I need a restart. And whatever I mentioned here, pick and choose what you like the most, what you see yourself wearing the most, and then go from there. And something that I used to do a lot when I was younger, I probably need to start doing right now, is once I get tired of a piece, I notice I'm not really wearing it a lot. Let's use another example because I really like that shirt. Let's say I'm not wearing this anymore. I can try to sell it online, get a little bit of extra cash, and swap it out for a shirt that I will be wearing more of. Get inspiration from what I built, see what you like the most, and tailor your wardrobe to pieces that you love and you'll be wearing all the time. Now look, of course, if you have more questions about this, I try to answer every comment and try to answer most DMs on Instagram, so go ahead and follow me there if you haven't already. And I know it's kind of a lot to take in at first, but that's exactly what I try to help in this channel. And if you want to know how to make any outfit look better, I have a video that's going to show you exactly that. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Later.